in order to navigate an organization and build a resilient supply chain, it's important for an organization to acknowledge that the supply chain and the people that are managing that supply chain need to be able to adjust and create micro visions within their organization that aligns to a higher organizational vision. The second principle is agility. And what I mean by agility is the ability to achieve a high change velocity. The world that we're in is constantly evolving, and your organization needs to be able to adapt over time as the market structures and strategies evolve. It's a series of freedoms that you create as a culture, and then you empower your organization to make changes with low structures of approval so that your organization can be able to react rapidly. The third principle is a diversified supply base. Now, there are various ways that you can diversify. What I've seen in some organizations that were managing large supply chains is there is a tendency to want to reduce the risk, the perceived risk, by reducing the number of suppliers, because it reduces the complexity for the individuals that are managing that supply chain. And generally that's done by commodity. Although there are some benefits to that approach, largely I find that it creates an uncompetitive market structure. And so it's important to ensure that you have enough competition to drive your prices down, to ensure that you don't end up in a single source or even a duopoly within any of your commodities, and that you can constantly leverage competition to improve productivity, to maintain your agility, because your suppliers that are part of your network understand that you have options. As the manager of your supply chain, your goal is to get the companies that you are working with to align to your business processes for you to achieve visibility, because only with the visibility, then can you see the opportunity to reduce costs, to reduce cycle times, to improve productivity. Without visibility, you're essentially shooting in the dark. The principle stands as one of the foundations of building a resilient supply chain, that you must figure out what modes of network visibility that you need, what types of cost visibility that you need, and what type of productivity visibility that you need, and create the systems to integrate all of your key suppliers in your network and your business units that come together to give you that visibility, and then create or leverage or purchase the technology that you need to be successful and achieve that visibility. And finally, I think it's important to, with that visibility, then you can optimize your network for value. What value? Well, it depends on the market that you're in, but you want to align the interests of all your firms in the supply network so that the company can optimize the performance of your supply chain in the ways that it matters to you. Whether your organization is focused on reducing costs, again, improving cycle times, reducing cycle times, improving productivity. You have to make that individual decision, but what's clear is what you measure, what you can see, is what you then have the ability to optimize and create value for your company. As you see at the bottom of my chart, I segment the supply chain into three core process areas: inbound, material management, and outbound. And specifically, the material management and outbound are colored green because many companies have successfully developed processes and controls to successfully manage the material internal to their network and have strong outbound visibility. Where we are struggling as an industry is inbound because there are many stakeholders, again, with their independent interests. And so how do we get folks in various organizations to align on a path forward and to participate in the goal of creating inbound visibility? And the answer is simple. it's finding common interest, right? So, and it depends again on the market that you're operating in. But the reality is, if you're able to create the visibility for your organization, then you can then optimize for value for your organization, but you can also share that visibility with the stakeholders or the suppliers that are shipping to your within your operation and within your network. And if you share that information, then that sharing of information can often create value for those companies because they also are trying to achieve principle number 4, which is visibility. So that's one key way to help encourage suppliers in your network to participate in your goal of generating visibility. And another, again, is always a good pancake breakfast goes a long way as well.